There are so many things that happen in life that it does not need your response. It does not need your reaction. It does not need your time. It does not need your energy. It just doesn't need your attention. Hello everyone, if you're new here, my name is Shelsy. So today's video is called What a High Valued Woman Doesn't Do. So this video is structured with 3 components. It is competition, grace, and confidence. 3 components in which a high value woman carries within herself. First thing first, competition. An insecure woman will feel that they have to compete. The reason for that is 1, they have something you desire. 2, that she feels she has to measure up to a standard that she created in her mind. Rather, I think family and how a family raises you has a lot to factor in how you view others, how you view yourself, how confident you are in yourself. A lot of that has to do with the sense of competing with others. And 3, a lot of times women tend to get in a relationship where the relationship has told them, the relationship in a way has served them in letting them know that they are not enough. So what do we do when we see an insecure woman, someone who is insecure? A woman who is secure in herself and confident in herself knows that she does not have to compete if she sees someone prettier than her. Why? Because she is secure in herself. She's confident in herself in the way she looks like. Recently, I watched this creator and she had said this statement. She had come to this realization. She was talking about detachment, how to detach, right? And she was saying how your face structure looks like, how your eyes look like, how your nose looks like, how all of you looks like holds the heritage in which at some point in the past 2 people saw each other and thought that they were beautiful. When I heard her say that, I was like, that is so true. And so a woman of high value knows this about herself. She knows there is imperfections with herself, but she knows that with herself. Doesn't have to feel the need to communicate with others and say, do you think I'm pretty? Do you think this? Or fishing for compliments. An insecure woman will look at someone else and will feel like she will note what she's missing in herself, and so therefore that's why she would look to someone else, and then that will entice her to feel the need to compete. But because a woman who is insecure and acknowledges her weak spots, her weak points, and also just appreciates the way she looks, how she is, how she resonates with others, that alone creates a sense of stability in her that does not make her feel the need that she has to compete with others. She has to be measured up to a standard. Why? Because there's only one of her and she knows she's beautiful in that. So that statement of how your face structure looks like, how your nose looks like, to know this, that at one point 2 people looked at each other, thought that they were beautiful, and then from that lineage came you, and where you are at that moment in time, I think there's so much significance to that. So to feel the need or the audacity to feel like I'm not pretty enough, or I'm just not beautiful enough, or I just don't have the nose that I want, the perfect clear skin, there's so much beauty to you that you have yet to realize and continue to explore that, right? And a high valued woman always continues to explore that within herself. Going on to the other point, stronger. If you're strong about something and you're skilled about something, right? And then you look at someone else and maybe they too have that same skill set. Maybe they too have that same structure about themselves. Maybe they have it too. You won't look at that person and feel the need that you have to compete. Why? Because it's like, oh no, I know I'm strong here. I know I am. All right, so you won't do that. But with someone who's insecure, who feels like they're missing something, maybe it's brushed under. What tends to happen is that they look at another girl, rather if it's a physical feature, rather if it's an account on social media, and it seems like their life is portrayed and she seems very strong and life seems dandy, right? Whatever it is, your eyes tend to pinpoint at that which you do not have. And when your eyes tend to pinpoint at that which you do not have, that sudden action lies beneath a weak spot. So it's a symptom in a sense of way. When you're sick, you get symptoms. Of those symptoms lie something much beneath. So in that sense, when you look at someone and they have something that you do not have, again, does not exclude physical features. Oh, she's physically stronger than me. Maybe, I don't know, she has more friends, stronger, whatever, right? There lies a deeper level of insecurity. And what a high valued woman does is that she is aware of her weak spots. So in the sense of if and when a woman of high value does look at someone who is stronger than her, she won't look at it and use it against her, and she won't look at it and use it something to harm her. She'll instead look at it and be like, why is it that I am aware and I'm looking at this girl's life or this woman's life or this person's life and it's making me feel some sort of type of way? So a woman of high value identifies her weak spots. She sees what is making her put her gaze on that. Because when you put your gaze on something, you're being intentional. It catches your eye, right? You are being intentional. Just like when a nice car drives by, you're paying attention. Why? Because it caught your eye. You're being intentional in that. In the same way, when it comes to being stronger, a high valued woman always recognizes her weak spots. And at the same time, when she identifies her weak spot, one, she's not afraid to identify her weak spots. And two, she works on her weak spots. So instead of allowing external factors to influence her weak spots and make her feel like she's insecure, not worth it, not pretty enough, not strong enough, whatever, and the list can go on and so forth, instead of allowing that to occur, which so often happens with someone who is insecure, she identifies it. Because when you identify it, there's so much strength to that. You are almost set free in the sense where it's no longer hidden or in your mind. It's, you have spoken it out, you have talked about it with yourself, or you have talked about it with your trustworthy friend or with your trustworthy person. You have spoken about it, you have become aware of it. So then, therefore, when such negative emotions come about, you know that you can put this wall and say, I know I'm aware of my weak spots, but I am also aware of my strong spots. So what ends up happening, that a high valued woman will continue to work on her strong spots. She'll develop it, she'll advance it, but at the same time, she will also work on her weak spots, and she will not allow that the weak spots to tear her down and make her feel anything less than just because of these weak spots. Also, my babe is here, if you guys did not see that. She's here. Her Grammy is out and about. The next point is successful. Shift your mindset on the aspect like, wow, she's successful. Your mind should be about how can I approach that in my life, instead of saying, how can my life be like her life? That so often happens, that it's like now there's that little comparison thing and you didn't realize that you were comparing. But when you look at a successful woman who's empowered, who's accomplished, who's beautiful, who's stronger, that should all the more feel like, how did she approach in her success? What are the steps that she did? And what are similar steps that I can do in my life and in my journey? And what so often happens is that many girls and many women tend to look at other women who are successful, not all, but who are insecure, look at other women and be like, I want my life to be like her. I want to be pretty like her. And let me tell you this, especially for young girls, you are beautiful the way you are. You just have yet to figure that out. You have yet to, exalt your strong points, exalt what you're good at. You have yet to find yourself. But when you look at someone who's put together, or who seems who's put together, it's so easy for you to say, oh, I wish I was like her, or I wish I had this, or I wish I had that. It's like, babe, you have everything you need. Everything that you need to accomplish the desired reality is in you. It's in you, and just you have yet to discover that. You just viewed someone who has discovered that. So when you look at someone, you'd be like, what little paths, what decisions did they make in their lives that I can make in my life, that you can make in your life? High valued women, they don't allow the success of other women to infiltrate the mind of doubt and question their success. A successful woman does not allow the success of other women to infiltrate the thought of doubt that will put in jeopardy their own success, their own journey. So the key points for this, and I wrote it down because I do not want to mess it up. The key points to this is so when it comes to being prettier, a high valued woman is always constantly trying to learn about herself. So always learn about yourself. Always try to find ways where you can appreciate. I know that sometimes you can look in the mirror and you're like, oof, I don't like that. Or like a little nose hair is popping up, or a little mustache hair is popping up, and you're just like, oof. No, instead you're just like, we're gonna remove that as soon as possible. But then at the same time, when you look at that, you're like, I really like how my hair is, or I really like how this looks like. I really like how I acted here. A high valued woman always tries to find ways to love herself and learn more about herself. 2, a high valued woman always recognizes her weak spots, which 2 falls under the stronger. A high valued woman always tends to look at her weak spots. She never hides them under the rug. She will identify them, while at the same time working on her weak spots. She will only then just continue to amplify her strong spots. Wow, it got very bright right there. Second, that's how you know. It's like, that's how you know. That's what you need to be doing. The third component, which is success. A high valued woman will always continue to try to learn from everybody and everybody. What ends up happening is that sometimes as you get older, you can just cut yourself. You can make the decision in cutting yourself off and believing, I have no interest in learning this. I don't need to learn that. I've been there through that. You can learn and continue to learn and always learn because it will empower you. And what ends up happening at the end of the day, you have the choice to filter out the information that you get. Also depends on where you're getting the information. You can assess where you're getting the information because, as you know, some sources are just not it. So in the same way as you're continuing to learn, you will filter out the information that will help you, amplify you, and empower you. A high valued woman will always surround herself by things and people that will empower her and amplify her. The next point is grace. A high valued woman carries grace. Now, what do I mean by that? There will be at times where you will go in public and you will run into women, people, men, whatever, and they will be rude, right? And I can even tell from experience. There's so many times where maybe I was in public and I just felt like you just feel the energy or the vibe or just the aura coming off of them, where like girls have just like looked at me and instantly have just felt they just got a distaste in their face, right? And in that moment you have two choices. Two choices is this: one, I can immediately dislike you just because you gave me that face, that distasteful face, which will make me know indifferent to you. And two, I can choose to give you the benefit of doubt, meaning that at the end of the day, when someone gives you an ugly face, a high valued woman knows not to take it personally. Because when you think about this, when you take things personally, you are giving away your energy. You're giving away your time into actually thinking, this is actually about me, and they don't know you. They know nothing about you, but in the instant of them just looking at you and assessing you, you can actually take the time to think. It says, this isn't about me. And a lot of times it's not about you. So as you are continuing to grow yourself, always have that thought in mind and giving people the benefit of the doubt. And don't say, well, Shelsy, why am I going to give them the benefit of the doubt? You think that when I say give them the benefit of the doubt, it is for them, but at the same time, it is for you. Because one, you're not going to take things personally. And two, you're going to know, maybe that person has insecurities about themselves. Maybe what we were talking about earlier, how we said, oh, you looked at someone and then you just suddenly thought that they believe that they're better than you. That literally could be happening to the other person as they just literally looked at you and gave you an ugly distaste. So two, when you don't take things personal, you can look at it from a different perspective and you can be like, they are going through something. And two, it's not about me. Because babe, sometimes it really isn't about you. And what ends up happening is we tend to think it's always about them. Like I literally have like some like my friends where it's like, I just met so-and-so and then she gave me this face or something. And I'm like, I don't even know her. And I'm just like, I was like, what do you mean you don't even know her? I was like, then why did she give you this? I don't know. She just gave me this face. And I was like, okay, babe, you have two options here. You can really take it personal and decide that you're gonna dislike her immediately just because she also gave you a distasteful face. Or two, you can be like, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that you're going through something and that it's not about me because A, you know nothing about me, and two, you're going through something. So that's what you're gonna do. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I can tell you that when you start to approach it this way, you will save yourself so many headaches. You will save yourself so many problems from you actually taking things personal from strangers or people or acquaintances that, do they really know you that well? Are you really gonna give them the power over you?